Okay, somebody from Neoseeker, oddly enough, a guy named Tommy Versetti, mentioned that this particular mission was really hard on doing it on an iPad or an iPhone or whatever. Maybe he had an Android device. I don't know. So I figured I'd give a shot at making a video. I actually passed it first time, but what I did was I played it really safe. I can actually do this run a lot quicker. Well, particularly with a controller. The iPad kind of sucks with its virtual controls, but for the sake of making sure that I passed the mission, I pretty much played it safe through a lot of these jumps. I'm gonna let this cutscene play because it's kind of cool.
Oh, sorry, Steve.
Nothing like huge pixelated titties sticking in your face in the camera, right?
You got any ideas?
Well, in the old days, they used to have gala events, stars, limos, the
I've always
night
found
sky,
this particular storyline
crisscrossing
arc with
searchlights.
Dennis Hopper to be really
Yeah.
probably one
A
of the
little
better ones in Vice
sequin-nose and
City,
the
and they're all,
limos.
most of the stories in
Oh,
Vice City are really
premieres.
good
Oh,
actually.
yes, ma'am. Of
But
course,
Dennis Hopper was
ma'am.
perfect for this
And the
role as
brilliant
the
barrage of lights.
deranged, shark obsessed porn producer. Alrighty, so we're gonna grab the bike that the game gives you. I guess this is kind of a walkthrough, but not really. I think most people at this point of the proceedings have either stopped playing this game or well, then again, maybe there are some people playing it on an iPad. One key to that you want to do with this mission is to make sure you notice how those controls. If you look at the surface, I kind of changed where the controls are to make it easier for me in some instances, so that it makes the game a little bit easier, a little bit more playable for me. But everybody, you can go into the settings and change the controller. So the first thing you want to do is you go from Prawn Island to downtown, and you want to go through this little pink checkpoint. Now, one thing you could know about this mission is that at various points, and I believe 3 different locations, they make it easier access to get your um, your last progress rather than having to go all the way to the beginning. But you've got to reach those 1 or 3 checkpoints. Also, if you don't know already, there's usually the final 3 unique jumps in this particular mission. The first jump you're going to take right out of the building and onto the sort of ledge that's a hole cut out of the following skyscraper is one such unique jump. By the way, if you're wondering, I don't particularly care about that music. Wild Style happens to be on. I just left it on whatever was on there just for the hell of it. I didn't really care. Okay, this jump going basically south to north is the first jump of the mission, and it's also the first unique jump. I tend to go all the way back and try to push a little forward, but not too much. So I push a little too much forward, but I still made the jump there. You've got some leeway. Now, I'm holding my brake as I hit that. You notice that and again, this is to be safe. If I wasn't trying to be safe, I would have just continued on. Now, this one you want to you don't want too much of a head of steam, but you go a little bit left there. Okay, now you're going to change your orientation and go from east to west. And you want to go all the way back on this one. See, now some of these jumps going all the way back hurt you because you'll sort of jump over. Now again, I could have taken it from where I was, but I'm just playing it completely safe to make sure that I pass this mission. This is not a particularly good time. Alright, I didn't have to do all that. All that I went through right there, you could have just jumped right onto the ledge. This one's another one, but I'm going to go all the way to the eastern part of this ledge and just come back. I think I actually missed it and went back again, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I did. Maybe this is a little bit of a jump. Like I said, this isn't the best time in the world, but I'm specifically doing this to be safe because if I was playing this on the PS2 or on my PC with my Xbox controller, obviously it's easier to negotiate and you don't have to be as safe. Alright, so I'm going to do this jump. Alright. Now you notice I didn't take that jump too fast, because if you do, you're going to get knocked off your bike and you stand a very good chance of falling off the roof. So I took that jump a little bit you know, on the slower side. Alright, so now we're going to go to the edge of this semicircular area and go south to north. And this is the other unique jump, I believe. Yeah, it is. Alright, now there I got a full head of steam, but I'm also hammering on my brake now. Alright, and I still crashed into the wall. I've actually crashed into the wall and got thrown off the roof on this one too. So again, you notice I'm playing it really safe, and you go up these stairs, blah blah blah. So this mission isn't really that hard. I'm not sure why this guy from Neoseeker thought it was. Maybe he's doing it on an iPhone. Maybe that it's just too small. I'm not sure, but it's not too bad. Although I will say the virtual controls do kind of suck. I'm not a big fan of playing GTA on an iPad simply because it just, you don't feel the analog stick in your hand, and it just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel very organic the way it does with a controller. Oops. Yeah, see, I didn't line up there. So again, I could have steered into that and taken the jump, but I might have fallen short. So again, I'm gonna be safe for the sake of making sure that I pass the mission for the video. And all right. So now you're gonna come around and you're gonna go north again. Now you notice that this whole mission takes place pretty much on rooftops, which I got a real kick out of this, and I still do to some extent. When this game first came out, it was just awesome to jump from roof to you know, because this was the first game that really did stuff like this. You know, now it's like no big deal. Now in 2014, this game came out in 2003, which is 11 years ago. Now I missed this for some strange reason, and this does this a lot. If you jump through that checkpoint a little too high, even though you technically hit the checkpoint, you won't get it. Also, this is another one where if you take it too fast, see, now there's the game is give now. If I happen to screw up, I can get easier rooftop access. I don't have to go all the way from, you know, 5 or 6 checkpoints back. But anyway, that checkpoint that I just did is very easy to overshoot and get knocked off the roof and then have to go really far back without getting that staircase coming down. This one's pretty easy, and I'm going to take this one going straight too. And I just went right. Okay, now again, you notice I was on my brake the second I hit that roof, even beforehand, just to make sure that I didn't fly off the roof. That's one of the dangers of this mission is that it's easy to fly off the roof. So sometimes you want to actually slow down a little bit. Alright, now we're going west to east, oddly enough. We're sort of going around the northern aspect of downtown. That's down there is the motorcycle path, which I used to get a big kick at when I was playing. It's amazing how far games have come, because this game represented an incredibly advanced concept in gaming and gameplay when it first came out. Now people take it for granted that games have to be so much quote-unquote better than this. I still think this is 10 times the game that GTA 4 or 5 is, but that's another conversation entirely. I don't have much use for the new GTA games. In fact, I would go as far as to say that Saints Row and Just Cause are the new GTAs, but no, that's another conversation. All right, so now we've turned and we're going southbound, and the rest of the mission is going to be southbound. Now again, you notice how these jumps I'm not taking incredibly fast. And the reason, again, is because you overshoot, you get knocked off your bike. And also, another danger you have with this mission, if you take these jumps too fast and start crashing into walls, your bike will blow up, and then you got to go down to the street and find another bike. So by taking the jumps a little slower, you end up, I'm still going south, taking the jumps a little slower. Now this one I could have just ran right into that checkpoint and gotten it, but I figured I'd slow down for the video just in case. That, by the way, is the third and final unique jump of this mission. Alright, so now we're going. Oh, let's see. That crappy steering is a result of the virtual controls. Sometimes you just can't get a handle on. At least I find that. Sometimes it just the thing doesn't go where I want it to go. Sometimes that's the only way I can put it, because you don't feel that analog stick, so it's not as organic. You got to keep looking down at your fingers and. Okay, now, not that I would miss it here, but that's the third place where the staircase comes down. So if, God forbid, I fell off this roof, or my bike blew up, I could go down, get another bike, and just come right up on this roof, and boom, you're done. By the way, oddly enough, I've actually seen people pass this mission with a helicopter. I've never done that myself, because I've always really... This is one of my favorite missions in the game. Well, not so much on the iPad, but in the console or PC, I find that this is just a lot of fun. And there's your reward. Titties. Fake titties, to be sure. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. And this one, again, goes out to Tommy Brissetti, the namesake of this game, who's also one of my moderator buddies on Neoseeker.